So this is my Zamasu Gogeta burn deck. So let's try to get this thing to actually play. Now it wants to act fine. Alright, now it's playing. Alright. So this is against the Toa deck that I was playing against. The cool thing is you're gonna get to see some of the newer decks, in action. So that's an extra plus. So get extra content. You get to see these decks in action, see what they can do. What I'm doing is pretty basic. Obviously, it's just trying to ramp up, trying to get the Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta. There he is, trying to get him out. Trying to ramp to him. I haven't drawn right now. We all know right now I should have Majin the Fire Supreme Kai in play, but I don't have her, so that's unfortunate. I have two of the cards that I need for my win con, which is Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta himself, of course. I just gotta deal my 0.3 more damage for them to be in a kill range for his effect, and I just gotta ramp up to 15 energy. Gogeta will make it easy to ramp up to 10, so I can at least play the Gogeta, and I just need 5 more energy after that. So we do have a lot of good cards in hands. The funny thing is, with the 2 Senzu Beans in my hand, if I draw an extra Vegeta, then I can double Vegeta in one turn. So 2 Senzu Beans, 2 Vegetas. Allows me to ramp 8 in one turn. So if I'm right, I don't do that in this gameplay. If I'm right, I don't get to do that at all in any of the gameplays. But you see, I got the 2 Vegetas, I got the 2 Senzu Beans. So I'm debating. It's like, nah, I need to play my Whis eventually, so I can get that extra 1 energy ramp. But right now, I gotta clear the board. I actually should not have taken the triple strike. I overlooked that detail. So apparently I had the ability to KO my Unison, but at least I cleared this board, so that's a start. I got Senzu, I got Dimension Magic and Senzu Bean, so should be able to survive this turn that's coming up. So I should at least be able to get to turn 5. I have no Super Saiyan 4 Goku Unison in my hand, which would be nice to have at least 1. But from playing, definitely you want to have 2. So if you roll again, you want to at least have 2 in your hand and try to ramp. And the way we ramp early game, of course, is Majin the Fire Supreme Kai. If you're fortunate enough, you can obviously use Whis to help you ramp even further, and then use Dimension Magic, Senzu Bean, and stuff like that to survive a turn. But people have been trying to go pretty wide. Obviously, board wipe is very important in this strategy. So now we have the ability to start drawing because we're awakened, so that's good. So we made it to turn 5, and then we got Super Saiyan 5 Goku. So we're definitely going that route because we need to get to 6 because we got the 2. I prefer to be able to, if I had the 2 Senzu Beans, I would rather have the 2 Senzu Beans with the 2 Vegetas, so I could do that 2 Vegeta playouts on it. But see, there's Majin the Fire all late as fuck, right? So like I have to do what I can with what I got at the moment. So she came all late, so obviously she'll be energy because she's kind of pointless now. So then the goal would be to obviously play the 6-drop Gogeta next turn, ramp up to 4, use our Super Saiyan 5 Unison if he this freeze. Okay, for some reason it froze, sorry about that. So you know, use this -2 ability in case my opponent has a board. I can clear this board by -2 if the unison didn't get attacked. But if it does, then it acts like a deadly defender. We all like that, because obviously I don't want my deck to deck out. I technically have, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 34, 45. So I have 8 life basically. So I could take about 7 hits. So I was able to get the extra turn, you know, obviously because of the 5 drop. So now I can do my play, since even if he has Charismatic Villain Frieza and he had a unison, I wouldn't care because I don't need the blocker. I just need the ramp. But at least I do have the blocker. I do his ability, clear the board. So you see, basic play there. Now, if I had the 2 Senzu Beans, I'll be able to play a second one, which means I'll be all ramped up and still have energy to play defensively. Right, to play defensive plays. Oh, shit. Alright, so I'm back. Let's see. Hopefully this is the right spot. Alright. So, reestablishes his board. He has his turn. Charge her, of course. So, I do this. Even though I should have done my -2 ability first, just in case. Because now I'm doing -2 ability, right? I think something happens when I do. So I know that I'm doing the alter hand ability. Now he does that. And then the irony, right? The irony, somehow he hits my, somehow he's hitting my card. So it's like, it's very interesting that he, out of all the cards in my hands, he hits the Frenzy specifically, which is my win con. And I lose my Vegeta. So keep that in mind, do the -2 ability first. Or at least read your opponent's cards first. It comes in handy too, because you notice I didn't read his cards. I was just like, let me just drop the Vegeta because I need him to hit, you know, to ramp. So I played Vegeta 1 time, so I need to play him 1 more time. So that way I can, you know, get up to 15. Because ramping Vegeta playing Vegeta twice gets you 8 energy on top of the 6 that it takes to play him. So that's a total 15. And then of course pay 10 for the Gogeta. Since you have 15 energy, activate Gogeta's active main ability and hit your opponent for 4. You see he's currently at 4. So if I can survive this turn, let's see, I probably don't. But if I survive this turn, then I would get to play the other, you know, Vegeta ramp, and then play another. Well, before I do the Vegeta, right, I should definitely play the. No, I think I survive this turn. Okay, so I do survive this turn. Okay, so making sure all that. Alright, since I don't need that no more, because that's mainly for the Vegeta play specifically. So now I do Vegeta first when I should do the Unison first. Because again, we also happened last time when I did this first and then used the Unison, right? So I didn't learn my lesson the first time. All I'm focusing on is just ramp and play. So I do this, so because I mathematically have the ability to play this, so 9, 6 is 15. So you see that, so I got 15 energy, 9 and 6 is 15, so I'm able to play that. You see it again. I should have played, I know, but yeah, I had a ramp first. I couldn't play the field card then do that. double checking something. Did I draw these afterwards? No? Double checking? Nope, he was in my hand. Alright, so that's where it went wrong. Because ramping wasn't the problem. Right? Playing him wasn't the problem. What I should have done was, again, play the 5-drop. Super, Goku. Play the Goku Unison. Bounce my opponent's board to the hand. Because you might have noticed that he has the Migra and he says something about Android 17. So if I'm right, this is the guy who said that I should play the card. Unless somebody else was the one who said it. Anyway, so I mean, his hand is pretty thick, but I don't care about his hand. All I care about is playing what I gotta play. His hands are irrelevant. So Android 17 is not, it's pointless. But anyway, I should have played the 5-drop, bounces, card back to his hand, knowing that his 9-drop has some herpy-derpy effects, and hopefully, since I have 6 Vegetas, the likelihood of him, hitting all 3 is not likely. He can only hit 1. And then I just play 1 and then ramped up, and then at least I would still have him in play as a blocker, or as well as an attacker. If I want, I could attack with him in the leader and try to get my opponent down to 2 life. But it's not necessary. I don't want to add any more cards to my opponent's hand, considering the fact that, I'm trying to do the Gogeta burn, so I already have the 15 energy. I just gotta draw the damn Gogeta and play him and activate his ability and win, you know what I mean? But we'll see. But I instead play the Vegeta first, ramped up, then played this. This is a good card, no doubt. And we know he has a lot of high cost cards and stuff. It's just that realistically, I just needed the ability to make sure he couldn't attack me, more so than the floodgate thing. So you see how, because right now I ramped him up so he could play a lot of little cheap and low cost battle cards. So this card is good, but it works better when you have 2-drop. That way you're limiting your point down to 3 cost battle cards. But of course, apparently he has, according to his, based off his leader, he's able to play something that is a 3 cost, right? Then he played the Unison, so like, alright, that's cool and all. So that's that. Can't do nothing about that. But then I was pointing out that, this should trigger, but then he was like, it's a 3-drop because of the leader, and it's like, okay, you reduce the cost so you can play it for 3, but it should still count as 4, but it's like, I don't care. Because I don't know if that's how Bandai rolls it or not. Because reducing the cost so you can play something is one thing, it actually still being that cost is another. So this game is definitely, in some ways, certain small details different from Magic. Because on the stack, it would still be a 4 cost. That's a word. When it comes to like a counter thing, he's saying that my card works like a counter, so it's in a counter with him. But for me, that's more reason why it should still be a 4-drop. Oh well, I don't care. It's just the fact that it's like, this card wasn't the best play. It's just that it was awesome that I could play it. We all know what made it more awesome, a better play, besides the obvious 5-drop in my hand, or going. You know what I should have done? I should have done another Vegeta, ramped up even more, even though it wasn't necessary, but do it anyway. Ramp up even more. Right? And oh shit. Right? Yeah, I could have actually played all 3 Vegetas in the same turn. I could just actually play them. Bang bang bang. I should have actually played all 3 of them, right? Bang bang bang. That should have been crazy. I should have played the 5-drop, cleared this board, played all 3 Vegetas back to back. Ramped up like crazy. Oh, but I probably would have decked myself out trying to do that. Right? No, I think I'll live, right? Because I only do 3, so that's only 12 out of what, the 20 cards I had left in my deck or something like that. I should have just done it just for the lows, right? Just do it just to see what happens. Just because I had the ability. That's the thing. Is like I had options. I just chose to play the 9-drop because I had the 9-drop field card because I have it. So it's like, look, card is in there for a reason. It's a board wipe. It's a floodgate, and against his deck it would have been useful, but he was able to get under it with a lot of his so-called 3-drop stuff in Unison, so good for him. And since I since I tapped out. That's why it's like the Goku unison play was the better play, because of the fact that it left me with some energy, and I could have defended better. Because one, I could have brought back one. I have those graveyard negates. What is it? Is all? What is it called? Is it all you got or some shit like that? So I have the graveyard negate, which would have been, you know, useful. And then I had what's his name? Frieza in the drop, so I could have brought back one of those. I could have probably brought back like 2 of them. So I would have had. I could have been more defensive. I was just being less defensive. I was like, I just want to play this big 9-drop floodgate, when I could have just went more defensive and kept my defenses up, knowing that with my hand alone, I can obviously stall and, you know, get another turn, stall, get another turn with the floodgate ability of my SS4, until I got a Gogeta and dropped it and won with Gogeta's win con. Of course, I could just win just by attacking, deliberately holding back because I'm trying to burn for 4. In real gameplay, of course, you wouldn't hold back. I literally wasn't my last match today, before I'm making this video, I was playing against somebody and they weren't doing so good. Like, it seemed like this was like they only been playing for a while, and it's like, yeah, this is too easy. I could actually just win by just attacking and just regular gameplay. It's like, no, I want to win by the Gogeta win con. This opponent is making it too easy for me to pull off the strategy, and I don't want it to be that easy. Of course, most of my other opponents are making it very hard. As you can see, you know, hand control, right? So I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I didn't get my what's her name? My Genify West Supreme Kind. That makes a big difference, because you definitely need to drop her on turn 2 as soon as possible. That is the whole premise. If you don't get her out on turn 2, oh man, it's gonna be tough. So then you have to rely on stalling like crazy, or Whis. Whis is in the deck as a backup. I prefer not to play Whis. I'd rather not play Whis. I'd rather play like what's his name, Gohan based minion or something, which I do recommend playing in the deck. If you want to change the deck a little bit, you could take out the Friezas and put in the baby minion. Still gotta keep the Whis, only because of the potential of needing it to help you ramp, because you just want to get one. You just want to just be 1 turn earlier, being able to drop a Vegeta on turn 5 instead of turn 6. I don't know. I could try to be a little bit more creative, right, and just make it where it's like, nah, screw it. Actually hardcast him on 6 instead of 5. Like, I'm trying to ramp to him, when I could just play defensively and just literally hardcast him on 6. I'm trying to get him out on turn 5. Like right now, I'm trying to survive. You can see how I did. I finally made it. I don't need her no more. See, she's all coming on late, but now I can play him. So bang, get him out there. So now I'm ramping. So this worked out good because of the Whis making up for the fact that I didn't get hurt in my opening hand. And here I'm going Self-Awakening so that way I can flip him over, get the pluses, because I'm trying to get Senzu Bean, which is good. And I have another Vegeta. Oh, I do actually do the play. I do the Senzu Bean play, right? Yep. Bang, bang. No, it's not the play I thought I was getting. No, if I had 2 Senzu Beans, I would be able to do the big play. Right here, I just had the basic Vegeta Senzu Bean going into the 5-drop Goku play, which would have been really nice, because we all know I just want to get to that next turn to drop the second Vegeta in my hand to ramp even further, and then we're only 1 turn away from dropping the Gogeta. So what we do once we play the second Vegeta on the next turn, which is the goal, but if I'm right, I lose before that even happens, but that is the goal. We play the 9-drop, a field card to help us stall. Obviously, we got the 9-drop, what's his name? Zamasu. So we can play him first instead of playing the field card, depending on the situation. Because if we feel our opponent has a good God Sealing, but of course our opponent's playing green, so he doesn't have God Sealing, then playing the field card would be better in that situation if we're fearful of a God Sealing play. But if all we're fearing is a Charismatic Villain Frieza play, then we just play the 9-drop Zamasu because he's indestructible, so Charismatic Villain Frieza don't mean shit. See, now he has the ability to Charismatic Villain Frieza, but we don't care because Charismatic Villain Frieza does not hurt this deck. Doesn't hurt our Gogeta because our Gogeta has Barret. Doesn't hurt our Zamasu because he's indestructible. Doesn't hurt our Whis. Doesn't hurt our 2-drop girl. There's a lot of things that Charismatic Villain is useless against when it comes to this deck. It's God Sealing that's more dangerous for this deck. We already ramped too much already, so we don't need more. So I'm separating the energy because I'm obviously going for the Gogeta play. I mean the Vegeta play. Super Saiyan for Vegeta. Get that ramp up. So we go ramping more. Now we have enough to do the 9. So I just went straight into just going into the 9, so getting that. So going in for hits. You see, as always, right? Get my opponent down to 2. I'm playing this deck a little bit more aggro, less defense. Obviously, because this is a combo deck. The idea is to stall and then pull off your combo, right? We know I'm just one turn away from winning. Spoiler alert, I don't. Spoiler, I don't. I was one turn, just one turn. One turn. Because I have 15 cards in my life, that means if I take 3 damage, I lose. So, does that. Gets rid of my blocker because he's using his Unison effect. Right? Right? Was it his Unison effect? I think it was his Unison effect. I can't. Yeah, because I'm trying to read the Paragus and I'm like, wait, how does the Paragus get rid of my Vegeta? So I bring my Vegeta back. I'm like, wait, this, because I can't read the Paragus. It's like in French or something. Like I can't read it, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Then he points out there's this leader. So it wasn't his Unison. It wasn't his Paragus. It was his leader. I'm like, oh, okay, your leader has the effect where you pop your own cards to pop your opponent's card. All right, cool, got that. I just didn't know what your leader did. I do know this leader freaking draws like crazy. Like, it's easy for me to get my opponent's hand down when I'm going up against this leader, but the thing I hate that I keep forgetting sometimes is that he can fill his hand back up. I actually do have that Broly leader, just because it's so good. And then the fact that he throws in the combo killer, Bardock Unison in there, I'm like, oh, you asshole, you. And this was all unnecessary, but he really wanted to empty out his hand because he wants to draw 6. Like, he's not happy enough to draw up to 6, right? To just draw maybe 2-3 cards. No, he has to get a full 6 cards in his hand, so he just dump his hand. And it's like, it's not necessary, dude. You got this. You know? All you need was your Unison, your leader, and at least 1 3-drop or less battle card to, you know, that are 15 and go for game, because I ran out of gas. I don't have much in my hand. You know, I already did the best I could do. I'm just hoping to survive. Not that I actually had a plan to survive. Just hoping to survive so I can play the Vegeta and go for game. So this play, now this was where I definitely, you know, I was like, yeah, I definitely gotta get into the habit of using the 5-drop Vegeta, I mean Super Saiyan 4 Goku Protector of Earth Unison. Like, I gotta make sure I have him in my opening hand. That's part of the deck's, you know, strategy. Like, I do try to keep one just so I can, you know, try to stall for, you know, until turn 6, or do a, you know, do the play with the, you know, the Vegeta Senzu Bean and the 5 and the Goku units in play, but I do need 2. I'm like, yeah, with all these going wide strategies, and I need the ability to clear my opponent's board multiple times for multiple turns, because I have everything. It's a combo, right? I'm setting everything up. I'm ramping, then I make my big play. So literally takes turns to make, of ramping to get to my win console. I have to stall. So of course I want to put more defense. There is I am working on a secondary version of this deck, adding more defense into it. So I'll be making a deck profile as well as making some gameplays for that. That deck should be way more defensive. Because while I was playing this version, I was like, man, I wish I had a baby's minion, or at least a blue floodgate. Because Dimension Magic is nice, but it doesn't do as much as a Violent Raise would, right? Or Dormant Potential, or Flying Nimbus. And this deck has to be mono blue, so I can't make it blue yellow to play just to try to play Flying Nimbus. Because Vegeta, mono blue. But if they ever make a Flying Nimbus, a blue mono blue Flying Nimbus, obviously auto include into this deck. So the deck is good, it works as much as any of my other decks. See right here, I got the 3 energy. It would have been nice to what's his name, right? Instead of doing this little play right here, I would rather do the what's his name, Gohan baby's minion. Because this will make it where all his attacks see, her dying is okay because I was able to already ramp up 1. It would have been nice to keep her because we all know right now I would have 6 energy, but because I have the Goku, I'm able to stall until the next turn. So that way next turn I have Vegeta. But if I had her still in play, I would have Vegeta right now. And if I also had Senzu Bean, I can go, I'll be able to do the Vegeta Senzu Bean into the Goku play, which are the 3 cards I want together. Want to combo them together and get that nice little defensive play. So that's one combo of the deck that I definitely want to be able to do. Be able to play those 3 cards in one turn, which is why all 3 cards are in the deck. Obviously, when I play them together, then I want to play a second Vegeta, then Gogeta, right, and win. That's basic line of play. It's just a matter of trying to survive for the extra turn. Usually it's hard to get to that extra turn if your opponent's trying not to give you an extra turn to live, right? Not only does he have violent dormant potential, he also has homicidal clones. He's going extra hard on defense, and then he's making all these clones. Now here we see how bad this is, because all 3 of these I want to keep. So here I'm trying to do Senzu Bean. So right here I'm trying to get Senzu Bean. Failed. You know what, Senzu Bean's in the drop, right? Because it came from my life. That sucks. It should have been the other way around. Goku should have went to the drop and Senzu Bean added to my hand. Because right now I would have the play I want, which is this, right? Even if he does have charismatic rhythm, which we all know doesn't matter, I still get my Vegeta play. So we don't care. So that right there proves the point that it doesn't matter. We just need to ramp. Now, and since my leader, I still can attack with my leader. If I had Senzu Bean in my hand, I could still do the Senzu Bean play to untap until I have 5 energy. Notice that Senzu Bean's in my energy right now, right? Ain't that salty? I just needed one Senzu Bean. I could do my 5-drop play, but instead I'm stuck with I'm making this basic ass play right here. So this was unfortunate, because if I was able, now we could be like, well, I should have just played the 5-drop instead of playing Vegeta and ramping. I should just play the 5-drop, bounce everything back to his hand, then play Vegeta next turn, use my ability to bounce everything back to his hand in case he reestablishes a board of tokens, and just bounce everything. Like, obviously that would have been the better play, to play the 5-drop first. I just really wanted both. It was not a bad idea to wait until I do the leader ability and get Senzu Bean, but once I didn't get Senzu Bean in my hand, I should have just went with just playing the 5-drop Unison, and just went with that basic line of play. Just play the Unison, then next turn play the Vegeta, and then after that go from there. Because right now, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have basically 7 life left because I have a almost a 35 card deck. So there, bang. Now I got 6 life left, so it's going to take 6 hits for me to lose. And since he made all his tokens gain 10k, so they're all 20ks, and I don't got no Senzu Bean, no multiple Senzu Beans and stuff like that. It's like, clearly I'm going to lose. So it's like, yeah, enough of the clown, right? As they say. Enough from the clown. It's like, this is pointless. You got me. You got me. There's no floodgate negate. Like, I wish that was a floodgate negate right there. Like, you no more attacks. You know, I'm still playing, but it's like, yeah, we get it. You're gonna keep going. And right here is where, like, GG. You know what I mean? It's like, should have played SS4 Goku. Showing my hand. It's like, yeah, I should have played that because it would have gave me the extra turn. Because the extra turn, because we all know what's in my hand, right? The extra turn, I would have drew it into my I would have got my 9-drop Zamasu, and I could have done the play of the Zamasu of board wiping his board. So I would have had a triple striker, and I would have wiped out his board. So I should have played that play. No. Because I was supposed to play the 5-drop, then Vegeta. Right, 6. So I'm at 10. I'll play 5. Next turn charged. So that would be a 7, then Vegeta. Ramp. So now I have 5 left over. This was a good match. Because we're pretty much doing the same thing. So he doesn't have Gogeta in his deck. He should. I mean, he's using the same strategy. He's using other cards, so he's using the ramping strategy to play all these different boss monsters. So it's like, we know how good that is. So this was fun. So I see he clearly has the Vegeta over there. Good thing about these graveyard negates is you can use them and not feel like you're wasting them, because you can always use them again later in the game. He plays that, I'm like, oh, you lucky son of a gun. I keep forgetting about that card. I actually have a playset of that card. Like, I keep forgetting about that card. That card's so good because it gets you the Unison. Oh, that's so good. And you know, so I'll try to keep this card in mind in future SS4 Vegeta builds. Sucks that, yeah, he only works with Vegeta GT. It's like, damn, man, if he worked with a blue leader period, that would have been awesome, because of course I would want him in this deck, because it would definitely help the ability to turbo out my Goku, get them extra turns, and just bounce them back to the hand with my overflowing Goku, and have that engine and just, you know, bounce with Kabito Kai, and then Goku bounce, use the overflowing Goku to bounce the 5-drop. It is kind of interesting, right, that I'm charging the 5-drop. I do have one in the drop of Goku, the Goku Unison. So I have one in the drop. I have the overflowing, which can get me the one in the drop back to my hand, which is what I end up doing. That's the plan. Which is why I charge the one that was in my hand, because everything else in my hand I want to keep. Especially the 2 Senzu Bean with the Vegeta, because if I get one more Vegeta, then I could do the double Vegeta, double Senzu Bean play, right? And then of course I got Gogeta. So, you know, being able to double Vegeta and then the following turn sends them in. So if I could double Vegeta, do the 5-drop, and get that extra turn, and then drop the freaking Gogeta and earn my point for 4, which, as you can see, he's already there. He's already ready to lose. Look, there's the double Vegeta, double Senzu Bean, got the Gogeta, got the 5-drop. Everything's good. Everything's good. I got everything I need. I just need to survive this turn. In general, I need to get past this turn and get to my turn. So you're replacing his Unison with another Unison. Normally I clock out right now. So let's see what's left in this. And there's still time left in this match. There's like 10 minutes left. I normally clock out right. So my shift ain't over until 7. It's still clock out right now. Since I did start 15 minutes early. I'm getting distracted. So I do survive that turn. Play this. We all know I'm one turn behind on energy because right now I should have been able to play my my combo if I had the Majin the Fire on turn 2. But now I have her now, right? So now she comes in late. So, but I can still do the 5-drop play. He does that. It's like, alright, cool. It's like, alright, time for me to play my 5-drop. Let's just do this. What's funny is when you look at it, it's like, oh man, that wasn't good. Because we all know he could just play that Vegeta again and get the 5-drop Unison, which will suck for me, right? So he's attacking my Unison, like, yes, attack my Unison. Deadly Defender style. Right now I'm in a bad situation because if I had Dimension Magic, I'd be good. Because then it's like, alright, I get Dimension Magic and Senzu Bean and survive this turn, but right now I'm in a oh wait, what I'm saying? Yeah, I do get another turn. I forgot because I got my so he plays his 6-drop, so he gets his ramp. Good for him. Now we all know if I had God Sealing, that would not have been the case. But I don't play God Sealing. And then did get the extra turn because I forgot. Of course, I got the auto, so I'm good. That was the whole point of playing the 5-drop, is to get that extra turn. And this, Baby Hatching. Of course, he has Baby Hatching. Of course. I mean, in my version of the Vegeta build, which I will be doing gameplay of, by the way. I forgot to mention that. That is one of the decks I will be making gameplay of. So, that's the thing. Because I feel that with that thick ass hand of his, right, like he got at least one God Sealing. That's all it takes to stop me. It's like God Sealing is the only issue. So I've been attacking his. Could I've been attacking his leader for game? Yes, but my goal is to obviously play the Gogeta and try to get the Gogeta play off. So here I'm triple Senzu Bean, so now I'm a 30k leader against a 30k blocker, a 40k beat stick. You know. It's like, alright, I was able to stop the leader swing. So,
this is 502.
Okay. Alright, so I got home from work, so where we at? What is this? Sorry, didn't have it playing. Alright. So he plays his Little Vegeta, which is his Deadly Defender, which is a good card to play. Especially after you baby hatchet, definitely a good card to play. Somebody in the comment section in the chat, like, win already! Like, no, it's not that easy to win. Don't underestimate my power. So I use my Graveyard Negate. My leader is currently 30k because of the triple Senzu Bean. When Super Saiyan 4 pops off, it's great. Yes, I know. If I'm right, I showed him my hand. And he's like, oh geez, because I showed him my hand. I was like, yeah, I know. If I could play my Super Saiyan 4 Vegetas like how he did, yeah, it would be great too, for me. Because I literally had 2 Vegetas and 2 Senzu Beans, or 3 Senzu Beans. I only needed 2 to go off. I would have had 2 Vegetas in play, but the thing is that I'm like, well, if you have a what's it called? It turns out he does have it. He had 2 God Sealings in hand, so it's like if you have a God Sealing, you got me. That's why I was attacking the Unison, because I'm trying to get rid of it, so I can make my play. He got to make his play. Why can't I make mine, right? So like he made his play. Now I'm on turn 7, right? I got 7 energy. This is turn 7. This is me. See, I'm hard casting all this right here. I still don't do the Vegeta play, because if I had a bigger hand, yeah, I'll do the Vegeta play and and have him use the God Seal, because like it's better to have you use it now than later. Because if I get to stall long enough for 10 energy where I could play the Gogeta, right? I don't want it to be God Sealed. I'd rather you God Sealed the Vegeta. The thing is, I didn't want to tap out. I didn't want to pay 6 and then play the Vegeta and then get God Sealed, because then I wouldn't have the energy for the negate, my Graveyard Negates. And I got a couple of them in there. I think I got 2 more in the graveyard right now. I can only use 1 per turn, but it's the point that I got them. So I want to keep my defenses up as much as I can. So I got 20k, Unison blocker. So I got a Graveyard Negate. I got 15k worth of combo power in my hand right now, so like I could try to survive this turn, but I'm not going to be able to do much of anything. He straight up attacks my Unisons. Like, alright, well, that stopped 1 attack. So that's 1 less attack my opponent has. Obviously here goes the negate. We all know that his leader can awaken. I mean, not awaken, restand, so that's a problem, right? Because now he has 3 attacks instead of just 2. But he has so much energy, he could obviously play something else. You know what's funny? I was expecting the Golden Avenger, but then it was funny, he said that he was expecting me to play the Golden Avenger. So there's the God Sealings. I was like, yeah, this match is going too long. You only need to do 3 damage, and I'm not going to be able to survive this turn. I wasn't expecting to still be in this game this long, because, you know, God Seal. That got in the way. If it wasn't for God Sealing being a factor, I would have been able to play and go off, and then all I had to do was obviously play my 9-drop. That's an option right there. Once I draw 1, of course, but like the 9-drop Zamasu is an option, so I can get the field card out and be able to clear his board of his big boys. But it didn't pan out that way. Let's see. That's the last game, right? Yep, that's the end. Closing remarks. So, I might as well give you a preview of the next build. So this is what the next version looks like. It's going to have Raditz Strength Force. So it's a blocker that can block twice, and it's a Unison, so it's a Unison blocker. So really good. Not only is the Unison blocker, it has a -2 ability, so I can get rid of a battle card, or bounce a battle card from my opponent's side back to her hand. It has the potential for either for me to draw and untap an energy, so I don't tapped out. Like, it's a good defensive card. Like, I use it a lot. It's just for, ironically, I didn't use it in the last build, because I was using it instead. What's his name? Frieza. I was using Frieza's United's Universe 7 United instead, but now I'm going back to using Raditz Giant Force and Floodgate. You know, Floodgate, negate. I can negate an attack and, you know, the Floodgate ability, plus a 25k body, especially if I need to get rid of a you know, swing at a unison or something, or just KO something. Gotta maintain some level of or control. Plus, this makes this helps because, you know, the goal, like right now, because this card right here is very MVP, especially for this build. Yeah, being able to play this on like, obviously play her turn 2, play this turn, play this, you know, have 3 energy, keep the energy up on my opponent's turn, then drop this, you know, turn 3. That way I can, you know, have it much easier to get to turn 4 without having to waste so many negates on one turn. Then of course we still got the Kibito Kai play, so if I bounce this back to my hand with Kibito, then I got that engine. So this is the more defensive version. The other one was more ramp. So, you know, Whis is not in here because we're going less ramp. I am thinking of taking this out. So I'm just showing you what I currently have right now. But I was thinking today of on my way home to take this out and you know, play something else. So I'm gonna figure out what it is. I won't be too surprised. It'll probably be like another defensive card, preferably a card that can stop more than one attack. Because, you know, stopping one attack at a time it's not as good as it used to be, right? So you gotta be able to shut down a whole turn, not just shut down 1 or 2 attacks here and there. So especially for this deck strategy, where this deck we're trying to get to, what, turn 7 is it? Let me see. Turn 5 we could potentially Vegeta, but turn 4 with Margin of Fire and 4 energy, we do him, so we could try to get to turn 5. And then 5 energy plus her is him. And then him with Senzu Bean is another one of him. If we want to go that route. So if you want to be able to play multiple copies of this per game, so that's why it's important to make sure that if you have these in your opening hand, keep them. Everything else, you can mulligan. You always charge your Tragedy Overground because they're dedicated energy. Obviously, you can always play them from Fuse Zamasu, the Divine Immortal. Ironically, Fuse Zamasu and Tragedy Overground tends to be dedicated energy. Like, I charge them a lot. Whenever I get them, I just charge them. It's like, they're just in case. They're not that big of a deal. Good cards, don't get me wrong. I want them on the field, but it's the fact that it's like, you know, I'm trying to get Vegeta on the field, so it's like goal number 1 is get Vegeta on the field. Right now, it's, of course, get Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku out, then Vegeta, then after Vegeta, another Goku, and then Gogeta. So it's Goku Vegeta, Goku Vegeta becomes Gogeta. You know, obviously that makes sense, right? So that is the goal, to play multiple copies of them. So definitely 4 of those, and then get the Gogeta out there and, you know, win with that. As the deck's main strategy. Obviously, you could win without it. You can just win through just attacking a lot. So that'll be the end of my notes for the other version of this deck, and soon we'll see how this one plays out later on.